And for those who don't know, Warren is married to Renee. They are a official item. You guys went to Hollywood and attended the Hollywood Independent Awards. Right, I got that right. And that was awesome. I've been following your posts on social media. Can you talk to the audience about what that award show is and just a little bit about that and your experience going out to Hollywood?
Well, the experience was fantastic, as you can imagine, being in sunny California. This was both of our second time being there, actually. We got to spend a good part of a week touring. So the Hollywood Independent Music Awards is a fairly new awards show that is also celebrating independent music from around the world. So they get nominations from all over the world. As you can imagine, it was done in true Hollywood style, so similar to what you would see on TV with the Emmys or the Oscars or the Grammys or one of those shows.
That's right up my alley,
It was in a smaller venue because it is fairly new. Mm-hmm. So, it was a little bit intimate, which was, great for us. But just a beautiful setting and really well done. Diane Warren came in and was one of the presenters, and she was amazing. She's written, every song that's ever been a hit, what I mean?
Yeah.
So we were there for the Goodwin brothers, who were on our show. They were nominated for, I think, Best Video Performance, Best Performance in a Video.
Best Live Performance or Streamed Performance.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Chase Bush was also nominated for Male Vocalist of the Year. He's one of the Goodwin brothers.
Yeah, he's been on the show before.
Yeah, yeah. So we went representing them, and the Goodwin brothers won, which was amazing. So, yeah.
Lionetta, the Goodwin brothers, Valvin.
Most of the time, a behind-the-scenes guy. You don't really get in front of the camera much. You don't get behind the mic much. So this is I feel like this is just a rare occasion that you are here. So do you prefer that? Do you like being behind the scenes?
I guess for me, I've always been sort of the role of producer or associate producer or producer. And so that is a background role. You try to stay out of the way and make sure things get done that need to get done. And everything runs smoothly, and scripts are brought to the station, things like that.
Guilty as charged.
No, I just love how efficient you are, just with everything, and you do keep things moving at a rapid pace. And I just love that you are, because a lot of the times people want to be in front of the camera or behind the mic, but we need people like you to stay behind the scenes and do the producing, because everywhere I see Renee, I see you right there too. And you might not be getting the credit in front of the camera, but your work is certainly not going unnoticed by the people who... I mean, you are the reason behind a lot of the success of Overtones Live and listen locally.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. My whole thing has been convincing Renee that she could do this because, she started out never having done a radio show at all. And I said, why not? And so we came up with this idea for Overtones Live and the whole listen locally concept, of supporting.
Literally on a dinner napkin.
Yeah, supporting local music, open mics, things like that, So the behind the scenes part for me is helping her realize her dreams, and making sure that this thing is a success and lifts up other people. That's what it's about,
Right. Absolutely. Now, you and Renee, when I met you guys, I thought that you guys had just been married for 40, 50 years. That's not the case. You've only been married, 2-3 years? And it's a love story. Will you share it, please? I want you to share with the audience the love story of how you two met.
Well, we met in college. We both attended the University of Kentucky School of Music. She was a piano major. I was forced by my parents to be a different major for 2 years, and then I just said, nope, I'm going to major in music. You can help me, or I can pay for it myself. And they finally relented, and I switched over. And so from there, I had about a 30-year career playing and singing out, lead vocals, lead guitar, all that. My major was in voice. So we dated some in college, went our separate ways, married and divorced twice. Both relationships on both sides were people that did not get us as far as being musicians, didn't follow our music, didn't like it. You know, they always say, "Oh, I love that you play guitar," and then they go, "Well, why are you gone so much? Well, why aren't you making any money?" Well, you know. So anyway, so we reconnected. I guess you could say late in life. I mean, we feel like we're young, but you know, we're old enough to be our younger selves' parents. You know. Yeah, and just realized we should have spent the last 40 years together when we did, you know.
It gives me hope because, like, I just see you guys, the fact that you have found this new love so late in life and it's still blooming and new. I mean, it is awesome. And I was just blown away when I found out that you guys had only been married for just 3 or 4 years, which is what, 4 years?
Renee was a 92nd fiance.
That's very true.
You know, I took her up to the Gorge. A friend of ours has a wedding business up there.
Rachel Crow.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not kidding.
My tiny wedding up in the Gorge. And so I said, Rachel, I want you to send Renee an email and say, hey, I'd like you to get all dressed up for a photo shoot. Somebody's going to do an article on my business. I just need somebody to pose for pictures, right? So I said, I just wanted to pull something out of the closet that's nice, right? And I'll take her up there, and you're going to marry us. And she was like, I love this, you know.
I'm all over
So
that.
Renee, of course, was all over the photo shoot. She had no idea.
Right.
I drove her up to the Gorge. Her dad was there with a boombox to play
Rachel's
music.
dad.
Rachel's dad. The photographer was there,
Yes.
and that was it, you know, me and Renee. And so when I've got, it's all filmed and there's photos and stuff of the look on her face when she goes, wait, you mean this is not a photo shoot?
He said, this isn't a photo shoot. He said, I haven't been honest with you. And I'm looking at the cliff, like right next to me.
Oh, God. You're like, oh, he brought me out here to push me off.
So, yeah. So we got married right then and there. And
well, when you know, you know.
Yeah.
And here we are 4 years later, and you guys are still going strong. You're a partnership. So let me ask you, you started this company. I just want to call it a company, Overtones Live. That's what I'm going to call it. Where do you want to push it to? What's the ceiling?
I don't know that we really have specific, like, long-term goals. We've sort of tried to spread out throughout the state of Kentucky, and I think we're on like 19 stations right now. And, you know, the thing I like about it is we're on community radio.
Yes.
That's where people actually listen to the radio.
And that's
Today,
where
right,
musicians can get their
when you're in a
music
small
out.
town and you're kind of isolated, you know, the closest grocery store is an IGA.
Right, yeah.
There's no Walmart. You listen to your local DJ, you know, your local weatherman, the music that comes on, you can relate to.
Yep.
So that's what I love about what we're doing. It's kind of a grassroots thing spread out across, you know, the state. You can hear us a little bit down in Tennessee and a little bit up in Indiana. So, you know, it's growing. And all these things that we're participating in, the award shows, all this stuff, just kind of raises the presence and the game of people's awareness, you know, of what we're doing. So I'm all for that, you know.
Well, you both have really tapped into something really amazing. So keep doing what you're doing.